Scoundrel! Ruffian! I'll teach you to lust after another man's wife!
Ah, so you are the swine keeping Martha prisoner.
Why, you foreign bastard!
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Hello and welcome back to Arcanum Gaming. My name is Richie. Today we're jumping back into another episode of Rosewater. Now, let's see, last time we played we had set off our adventure in the caravan and a few little side quest things. I gotta say, when I first started playing this game, the first few episodes, I think it was probably pretty obvious that I wasn't a fan of what was going on here. I was expecting more of a traditional Western, and it's more like a steampunk, slightly alternate reality game set in Western times, which is, it's okay. I will say that the last episode, though, I really enjoyed this whole, riding off, in this steam carriage thing, or whatever this thing was called. I don't even remember. And just those little side quest things that we've done so far. Now, we're just sitting around this campfire, and we were going to, I guess, talk with some of our party members here and see what's going on with that. So let's go ahead and get that started.
Hypnotic.
So let's see.
February 9th, 8 Clark, I have a business proposal. Relinquish that you may stay in my suite at the Jolly Good Club. My Orem you will be...
Yeah, this is nothing new. We've seen all this before, I think. Yeah, we don't need to go through all this again. Okay. Did we talk to anybody?
Hell of a day, huh, Jake?
Last time?
It's disheartening to know there's so many men out there hell-bent on bringing others to ruination. But at least we saw through his ruse.
It's as they say. There's a mark born every minute, one to trim 'em and one to knock 'em.
If you'll excuse me, it's been a long day. I need to rest up for tomorrow's drive. Night all.
Oh, alright. Bye.
So, Danny, where'd you learn to cook chili anyway?
I just sorta picked it up. Can't really remember where.
I hate to leave such merry company, but I'm suddenly feeling very sleepy. Please excuse me. I'll see you all in the morning.
Sleep tight, Miss Redbird.
Night!
Alright.
You look like you're enjoying yourself.
And why should I not be? We have fine weather, good food, good company. Are you not?
Well, sure. I mean, this is great and all, but...
But nothing. Here, take a drink. Celebrate.
Is this gonna matter? Are we gonna get, ambushed or something in the middle of the night, and drinking is gonna affect our ability to do something? Let's say no.
I'm happy just to soak in the festive mood. Thanks. You go on, though.
Oh, I shall.
Time for me to call it a night.
Night, Harley.
Buenas noches.
Sleep well.
Alright, guess not.
We leave within the hour. Don't leave anything behind.
Say, Harley, care to join me and Jake for a stroll?
Where to?
Not far, just along the river. Thought we might enjoy the fresh air before getting cooped up in that tin can again.
Danny breaks wind like a horse in there, you know. Especially after one of his chilly nights.
Oh, come on. I do not.
I'm just joshing you, Danny boy. Shall we?
Lead on.
Okay. No choice this time.
Beautiful, ain't it?
Let's keep going. I think the river bends up ahead.
Awfully rough water.
Shucks, this ain't nothing. It gets real wild a little ways down.
Just what are you doing up there, young man?
You ought to be careful. Those branches are like twigs.
I'll pay these fussing old hens no mind, Sonny. I was the same at your age. Used to jump around trees like a lemur.
I'm good at climbing. Watch this. What do you think?
Mighty impressive, son.
Just waiting for
Maybe
that branch
you
to
best
break.
go back to where you were. You're making me nervous.
You are a fussing hen. I told ya, I'm good at... Ah!
Shit! What the hell do we do now?
Danny!
Hot damn, he's got him. Now hurry up and come on back to shore.
I'm trying.
I can't swim!
Hold tight. We'll figure something out.
One second here. Okay. Well, I got nothing in my inventory. Let's take a stick, maybe.
Feels kind of flimsy, but it might help.
Kind of flimsy, huh?
Jake!
What?
Quit standing there like a bump on a log and do something.
Like what?
Saving Danny and that kid would be a start.
This ain't the time to be a smartass. I'm trying to think of something, all right?
I might have an idea, but I'll need something of yours.
Okay, what?
Give me
maybe
your
belts.
Okay, sure. Take them.
More than one belt.
Now I've got a double loop. Danny, grab onto this. Jake, a little help, please?
Gotcha.
Thanks.
That was some quick thinking, Danny boy. I'm impressed.
No doubt it was brave, but it was also stupid. What in the ether were you thinking? You're lucky the both of you weren't swept away.
I know. I thought the same. After jumping in.
Well, at least you're not completely boneheaded. You got lucky. I'm glad you both made it okay. Hey kid, how about a little gratitude for your rescuer? Danny here just saved your wretched back-talking neck.
Thanks, mister.
You're welcome. Have you got a family to get back to? They must be worried.
Yeah, Ma and Pa got a camp nearby.
Run along then, son. Be sure to tell him Gentleman Jake's brave assistant, Danny Luo, saved your life.
And stay out of trees, little brat.
All right now. Let's head back to the others so Danny can relate the tale of his heroic deeds.
Actually, I'll catch up later.
Suit yourself, hero. Hey, don't be too long.
Would you mind a little company?
Sure. I just needed a moment.
Jake and I aren't just blowing smoke, you know. It really was impressive how you leapt into action back there. You ought to trust your instincts more, because they're good ones. Don't let anyone tell you different.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the talk, Harley.
Anytime. Let's get back to camp.
Okay.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley. Something I'd like to ask you. You seem quite well traveled. What's it like in a big city?
Big. Loud, scary, and dangerous. Yeah.
Well, there's enough noise to make you go deaf, and thugs on every corner waiting to rob you.
Truly? How horrid.
Quit pulling her leg, Harley. It's not that bad. At least, that's not how I remember it.
All I'm saying is keep your guard up.
I surely will.
Good book?
I'm not much of a literary critic, but it helps pass the time. Danny told me you're a writer. Have you published any books?
Me? No, books are way beyond my reach. I stick to articles and essays, and have trouble enough with those.
You shouldn't underestimate yourself. It wouldn't surprise me to see a book with your name on the cover someday.
Well, that's kind of you to say. Guess we'll see. Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
How about another story?
Sure. Here's one about the time I lassoed a rabid coyote. And that's how I ended up with this scar.
Folks, we're making a brief stop. My legs could use a stretch.
Same here.
Oh.
Now
What's
that
this
is some
place?
truly impressive architecture.
Do you think so? Truly? That it does, impress?
Did you build this? Is this really a neat building or it's hideous? I don't think it's hideous. I'm gonna ask him if he built
Is
it.
this your work?
I am indeed visionary, architect, and sole laborer. My name is Vilja Sirkas. What you see before you is a monument to love.
How do you mean?
This is my marriage proposal to my darling Marta. Every stone you see has been placed by my hand with utmost care. Soon it shall be completed, and my castle will have its queen.
Damn, feller. You're making the rest of us menfolk look bad.
I'm going into town to pick up a few things. I'll see y'all back on the wagon.
I'll come with you.
All right. Sawhorse.
This fellow's been busy. No doubt about that. Not sure what's in them, but they look heavy. Suppose it gets the job done, eventually. I can't even begin to imagine how many stones it took to build that thing. I can't...
Last point in.
Last point in. Doesn't inspire much confidence, does it? Guess nobody wrote in today.
Nothing to interact with.
Too bad we haven't got more time to spare. I could use a wash.
Like that. Okay, there's nothing to do here at all. Two signs to look at and nothing else.
Madre mia. Never before have I seen such a romantic gesture. This Martha is a lucky woman.
Maybe.
If someone did such a thing for you, what would your response be?
A fist in the face. Yep, she does seem like that kind of character. I guess I'd appreciate it. Fist in the face. Nobody would do this for me. It's all very pessimistic sounding.
Mostly, I'd be astonished. Nobody's ever done something like this for me, and I don't expect they ever will.
Oh, that is sad.
Just the way of things.
You know, I can't help but remember the time I made a grand declaration of love. Wasn't quite this elaborate, but it came close.
And what was the lucky lady's name?
Meredith. She was something real special. Shame it didn't work out between us. Hope things go better for this feller.
After putting that kind of work in, I would say So
I really do admire this gentleman's dedication. It's rare to find someone so committed to anything.
I get antsy after 7 hours doing the same thing, let alone years.
Does that include this journey?
Oh, there's been plenty of variety on this trip. No chance of boredom so far. Pardon me, Mr. Circus?
Yes, ma'am?
There's plenty of ways to profess your love. Why a castle?
I am architect and engineer by trade. Building things is what I know. And my beloved Martha always loved castles. I thought this would be fitting. She will be so surprised when she sees it. I cannot wait to see her face.
I want to hear more about this Martha. How did you meet her?
Her father was chairman of rail company where I worked in Brampton. He introduced us.
And you started courting?
For a time, yes. Then my work brought me to Western Vespuccia, but we have corresponded. I send letter every month.
Hang on. When was the last time you saw Martha?
Just before I came here. 7 years.
7 years.
You're telling me you haven't seen Martha in 7 years, and you've built her this castle hoping she'll marry you? What if she says no?
She will not refuse me. Not when she sees what I can give her. But perhaps you will see for yourself. I sent her telegram to invite her here, and she sent a response. Today, she will be here.
Got a bad feeling about this, pal. It's not really the way to win a woman.
Is it your intention to actually live in this place?
Of course.
Wouldn't it help to have some doors?
All in due time. My dear Martha has delicate constitution. Desert heat will be good for her health.
Does she have problems with her breathing?
Yes, I believe so. Often when I would visit, her housemaid would say she was too ill to see anyone.
Now, I've heard that one before.
So have you been building this castle for 7 years then?
About that long, yes. I began at once when I moved here, so that I could bring Martha here to live with me as soon as possible.
Caramba.
Great work takes time.
You said you built this all by yourself? How'd you manage that?
As I said, I am engineer by trade. There are plenty of stones all around. I simply gather and place them.
You have an interesting accent. Where do you come from?
I am from Lithuania. I came to Vespuccia to work on railroad and build bridges.
And how has this country treated you, compadre?
Very well. I have had many opportunities. The money I earned allowed me to build my dream.
I'll just be off for now. Thanks for the talk.
Goodbye.
This Martha is a lucky woman.
I think I've done everything I can do. Oh, no.
Harley, does it seem to you that something is not quite right about Mr. Circa's story?
Yes.
I had that thought, yes.
I have a suspicion that the lady over there might have some clarification to offer.
Ma'am?
Yes?
Your name wouldn't happen to be Martha, would it?
Why, yes it is. Martha Ward. Do I know you?
No, but I've heard lots about you. Mr. Villia Circus told me all about you. I believe you know him?
Only too well, I'm afraid. I just want this unfortunate business concluded so I can go home to my husband.
Wait, you're married?
Quite happily.
Ouch.
6 years last June.
Santa Maria.
Does Mr. Circus know that?
No. That's why I'm here.
Mr. Circus told me you've been corresponding all this time.
Is that what he said?
He claims to have sent you a letter every month.
And they've each gone straight into the fire. I would have thought he'd get the message after years with no reply. But he's left me no choice except to come here and spell it out for him.
Is your husband aware that you've come here?
Oh, heavens no, he'd be furious. I left him a note saying I was going to visit my sister. Naturally, he has no idea Circus even exists. But he's very protective.
This can't end well.
How did you and Mr. Circus meet?
He worked for my father's company. We were introduced at a Yuletide soiree. He was pleasant enough, but then he began calling on me at home. I didn't wish to encourage him, but he kept pursuing me anyway.
Did you ever actually tell Mr. Circus you weren't interested?
I gave him no favorable sign. Eventually, I stopped receiving him with my father's blessing. He imagined a better match for me than some associate engineer. Thankfully, Mr. Circus was reassigned to Western Vespuccia after a few months.
Giving no clear sign is not the same thing as saying no.
Is the desert heat making you feel better?
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Circus said it might help your delicate constitution.
Yes, I suppose he would think that. You see, when I didn't wish to receive him, I would instruct my staff to make excuses. Say I wasn't feeling well.
Naturally.
Or away taking the water somewhere. It wasn't entirely forthright of me, I admit, but Circus was vexatiously persistent.
Enjoy your day, ma'am.
You as well. And if you see Mr. Circus again, please don't tell him I'm staying here. I'll go and speak with him when I'm ready.
This can't end well.
I cannot believe that fool spent all his time chasing a married woman. Has he no shame?
Well, obviously he didn't know she was married. And it's definitely on her for not saying something. And not, telling him no 7 years ago.
Just goes to show what one man can accomplish if he puts his mind to it. Damn impressive.
Pardon me, Mr. Circus?
Yes, ma'am?
Mr. Circus, there's something you should know about Martha.
What? What is it?
Well, it turns out she's married. Has been for 6 years.
What? How do you know this? Did you meet her?
Yes. She said she would come speak to you when she was ready.
Ah, this explains everything. When I did not hear from her, I blamed this country's ineffectual postal service. But clearly this brute has kept her from writing. Or even hidden my letters from her.
No, you don't understand.
Oh, I understand. I understand very well. She would not have agreed to come if she did not want to escape unhappy marriage.
Ah, right. I'll just be off for now. Thanks for the talk.
Goodbye.
Okay, he's delusional and obsessed, and she's an idiot for not telling him off 7 years ago. So, this is just... Why
I have a nagging
is this
feeling
even
that things
happening?
will not end well for poor Mr. Circus.
This seems like
Just
such a
goes to
weird
show
tangent.
what one man can accomplish.
Yeah. Nothing about this is going well.
Ma'am?
Yes?
Mr. Circus seems convinced you're going to leave your husband for him.
And I'm sure Mr. Circus also believes pigs can fly.
How will you deal with him? He clearly won't take no for an answer.
I'll find a way. I'll just...
Martha!
Bronson, what are you doing here?
I'd ask you the same. Why did you lie to me?
Oh, Bronson, I didn't want to, but I had no choice. Things are just so complicated.
What in the ether does that mean? And who are these people?
We're trying to help. Some lunatic wants to marry your wife or say nothing. I have a feeling that Circus is going to get himself shot. I don't like any of these people, but...
Mr. Ward, I presume? The only thing that should concern you is that there's a crazy man looking to marry your wife.
What are you talking about?
Please, Bronson, I can explain everything.
Damn fine idea. Start by telling me what you're really doing here.
I came to deal with some personal business.
Personal business? What personal business could you have?
You know, Martha, Mr. Circus isn't looking too bad right now. Ouch. Bronson, you should respect your wife's privacy or say nothing. I mean, do we just stir the pot? That's... I mean... 6 years? Not talking that... No. I should probably just say nothing here, but I really want to poke the bear.
Your husband has quite the temper. Maybe you should give Mr. Circus another shot after all. He seems downright charming by comparison.
Who in God's name is Mr. Circus?
It's as the woman said. I have an unwanted suitor. I've come here to tell him to leave me alone once and for all.
You what? Where is he? I'll kill him.
No, you will not.
I will so. Tell me where to find the bastard.
You'll find him just down the road there, at that giant castle. Can't miss it.
If you'll excuse me.
Bronson, come back here this instant. I can't believe you. You've no idea what my husband is capable of.
I got a bad feeling I do.
I do not think that went very well.
Nope. Depends on your point of view.
Scoundrel! Ruffian! I'll teach you to lust after another man's wife!
Ah, so you are the swine keeping Martha prisoner.
Why, you foreign bastard!
Whoa, easy, feller.
Bronson, have you gone mad?
You have until the count of 10 to get out of my sight and out of our lives forever. Otherwise, I'll make sure you won't bother us again. 1, 2, 3.
You should listen to the man, Mr. Circus. He seems to mean what he says.
I most certainly do.
You do not frighten me.
Hermano, you should be very frightened right now.
Bronson, put that gun away and stop acting like a fool.
I'm doing this for you, my sweet.
But I asked you not to, Sugar Plum.
My goodness. Don't do anything rash. He doesn't really like us, so that doesn't seem helpful. You should listen to your wife. Probably. That's probably the right option. Or we could just tell him to shoot the guy. I really want to, but...
You do well to listen to your wife, Mr. Ward.
This is, after all, her business, and not yours.
I'm her husband.
That's not true.
Of course it's my business.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Don't do anything rash. Circus isn't going to work for you.
Mr. Circus, I think it's very clear that this isn't going your way. Just let her go. She's not worth your life.
Very well. Please, sir, I will not trouble you again.
Do I have your word? You will stay away from my wife and disappear from our lives for good?
You have my word.
Very good. Come, Martha. Let's get out of this cesspit.
A moment, please. I will be right behind you.
As you're walking away from the
terribly
town.
Sorry it all had to turn out this way, Vilius.
Why did you not tell me you no longer desired my affections?
I didn't know how.
Marta, I am here now. Tell me what you feel.
I feel nothing for you. I never did. I don't know why I never said anything. I think I was afraid of your reaction. But I hoped you would take my silence as a clear indication of my disinterest.
I cannot believe what I am hearing. I spent 7 years building this castle for you. All my money, everything I own was spent to fund the construction. And now, this.
You're both in the wrong.
You know, the pair of you make me sick.
I beg your pardon?
This poor dimwit wastes years of his life obsessing over a woman too lily-livered to tell him the truth. I'd say you deserve each other.
And here I thought you were on my side.
Harley is right. You each need to face your truths.
Disgraceful.
Perhaps I should have been bolder in speech and made my refusal more plain.
And
yes.
I should have heard the words in your silence.
Yes.
Please forgive me. And forget me.
I can promise the one, never the other. Goodbye, Marta.
Rough break, fella. But there's plenty of mares on the plain.
You speak of horses when I have been spurned by a goddess.
Now then, deifying was probably your first mistake.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Oh, you missed a hell of a show.
You gonna be all right, Mr. Circus?
I will carry on.
What will you do with this castle?
It is the only home I have. I am not sure.
Personally, I'd blow it up. That's so mean. You charge passerbys to look inside. Heard it in an orphanage or a shelter. I can't say that. That's so mean. Well, he did sink all of his money into it. I could tell him to charge people. He could turn it into a hotel or something.
Why not take the opportunity to do some good? You could use this place to shelter the needy. Even make it an orphanage.
A place for the abandoned and bereft? Why not? It is that already.
We done here?
I believe so.
Good.
There were some very savage options in that quest. If I ever get around to replaying this game, I'm probably gonna see what happens there. But I gotta say, I didn't like that one. I couldn't stand either of those people. That was a very uncomfortable side quest.
Phil?
Harley?
Well, it was a decent quest, I guess. It really felt so out of place.
Now we've got some time. Care to tell me about how you came to Vespuccio?
I can appreciate your curiosity, although it is painful to relate. But you may as well know. I had assembled Lieutenant General de la Vega and several of my men in Jicotea, a small village on the Loyola River. We were preparing an operation to liberate the nearby town of Caballo Viejo. The Spanish army had it under occupation for some weeks, seeking intelligence on our movements. But before we could act, they struck without warning, and without mercy. They did not confine themselves to fighting armed revolutionary soldiers. Old men, women, children, All were valid targets in their eyes. All held collectively responsible for resisting Imperial rule. Victory was out of the question. We were hopelessly outmatched. Many brave souls laid down their lives to allow innocents a chance for escape. As civilians fled the village, I led the retreat north with Lieutenant General de la Vega. We gathered what we could of our forces from other positions along the way. It was clear that the army would relentlessly target any village known to harbor revolutionary cells and administer the same treatment. I left Jicotea a smoking ruin. I could not allow that to happen again. Temporary exile was the only alternative.
Holy hell, what a story. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Do not be. The Spanish have shown their true colors and made the necessity of our struggle only too clear. The day will come when I will gather my army, renewed in force and in spirit, and return to our homeland to reclaim what is ours.
So, this revolution, what exactly is it you're fighting for?
What does any man who is oppressed fight for? Freedom. Simple as that. The Imperial government has grown fat on the labor of the masses. They torture and imprison anyone who dares speak out against their abuses. My people and I are straining to throw off the yoke of colonialism.
We'll talk more later.
I look forward to it.
I think we're going to keep this episode short. We're going to call it there. We had a bit of entertainment, and pick it up with some more talking in the next, traveling side quest next time. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.